Okay, so Acts chapter 14, verse 5. But when there was an assault made both of the Gentiles and also of the Jews with their rulers, to use them despitefully and to stone them, so like you're saying, the city's divided. Some are believing what the apostles were preaching, Paul and Barnabas, and some were not believing it. So some of the Gentiles didn't believe, and some of the Jews that didn't believe, they went and got the authorities, the rulers. They gathered some stones together. On their way back, they want to stone these people that were believing the apostles, right? So, and then verse 5, it says to stone them, and it's continuing. Verse 6, they were aware of it, and fled unto Lystra and Derbe, cities of Lycaonia, and unto the region that lieth round about. Okay. All right, so that's why it's important to be led by the Holy Ghost. All right, and see in verse 6, this is, and they were aware of it. So they were made aware, like, oh, well, Holy Ghost say, oh, you guys better get out of here for a while. The people are coming with some stones that are pretty angry. Right? So just when they are aware of it, they fled unto Lystra, Derbe, and Lycaonia, and unto the region that lieth round about. So, round about. And then verse 7, and there they preached the gospel. So it's like, oh, I don't think the whole city is ready for this. They're not ready to receive what we're preaching, so let's get on to the next place, to the next town, right? Roundabout we'll go. So 7, they preach the gospel. And then verse 8, and there sat a certain man at Lystra, impotent in his feet, being a cripple from his mother's womb, who never had walked. Okay, now setting the scene, is changing the scene a little bit. So right now, so they're in Lystra, and there's a guy that's never walked from birth. He's been crippled from birth, from his mother's womb. He's never walked before. In verse 9, and the same heard Paul speak, who steadfastly beholding him, and perceiving that he had faith to be healed. All right, so that's the same heard. So that's talking that same man that he was just talking about, who was crippled from his mother's womb. He heard Paul speak, and Paul seeing, oh, this guy has got some faith to be healed. And then it's continuing. In verse 10, said with a loud voice, stand upright on thy feet. And he leaped and walked. So Paul is saying with a loud voice, stand up on thy feet. And the guy, the cripple from birth, jumped up on his feet and walked. Just like that. Right? Amazing. And then verse 11. And when the people saw what Paul had done, they lifted up their voices, saying in the speech of Lycaonia, the gods are come down to us in the likeness of men. Right? Talk about coming to the wrong conclusion. Yeah. That's you got to be careful. All these theories going around, but you come to the wrong conclusion, right? So they're thinking, oh, their gods that they've always worshipped is Paul and Barnabas coming down, right?